Okay, softly, softly, because no matter what I do, I'm about to offend. Should we zoom in a bit because, hello, that's a bit better. Okay, so Instagram, wonderful place, I'm on there. Did you know I am? And it's a great place. We share all these gorgeous things. You can see all these gorgeous makeup looks and everything's so divine and delicious. However, Instagram eyebrows. Recently I did a talk. I was the keynote speaker at the Dallas makeup show. And it was a glorious thing. I couldn't be there personally, but they Skyped me in and it was a wonderful, wonderful time. The room was packed and it was absolutely exhilarating and glorious. And while I was having the talk with James Vincent, because we share very, very similar views on makeup. And the one thing that kind of kept coming up was eyebrows. And this is a subject that I kind of think that it can make or break a face. Now, there are going to be some of you who are going, you can't tell me what to do. Well, you know what I say to that? Oh, that's what I say to that. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you that I think it's a really frightening thing. We have seen different brows, very, very thick brows, very, very dark brows, very, very heavily drawn on brows, no brows, real arched brows. And now we're in that phase of the Instagram brow, which can be called sometimes the HD brow. It can also be called the fade, depending on how you look at it. You all know what it is. It is where this section of the eyebrow is barely there and then thickens out and becomes more defined as we go along. Now, ironically, if you look back in history at different eyebrow shapes and styles, they've never existed until now. Well, until recently. And this is kind of where the Kim Kardashian thing also ties in. Remember the Kim Kardashian tutorial I did about highlighting and contouring? It's probably my most famous video of all of the ones I've done. It's done the best, which is here. People are kind of like, it's just the most amazing technique. That gorgeous under eye highlighter, just beautiful. It is a drag technique, and drag artists have been using it for years and years and years. It's an old-fashioned way of highlighting and contouring the face, and drag people are phenomenal at doing it, and they started it. They also started the fade. Yes. You will see that on drag artists more and more and more. And ironically, that is spilling over into the makeup world, and we're now seeing non-drag people doing it on themselves. And what I want to kind of express is not just my horror at it, because it can look quite nice, I think. This is all just my personal view, but it can look kind of nice sometimes, but it gets very, very draggy very quick. So I'm going to tell you how I think you can pull them off and then what I really wouldn't do. So the first thing is, if you're going to go for that look, yes, they photograph really well, there's no doubt. But if you're going to do that strong eyebrow, remember that that will be your main focal feature. That's it. So if you're going to do it, a wash of almost nothing over the eye or a clean eyeshadow and mascara. That's it, that's all you need, because your eyebrows are the focus. Your eyes will still look beautiful. The minute you start doing smoky eyes, contoured eyes, really shimmery eyes, it's drag. The whole thing takes on a life of itself and it becomes a drag look. Particularly when you then combine it with the Kim Kardashian contouring and highlighting techniques, and suddenly it's drag. And that is just the way it is. When you look at drag artists, they've got the real under eye light going on, they've got the faded brows, they've got the eyeshadow all up, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's how you want to look, wonderful. But it's not how I would want to look, and it's not how I would want to do makeup. And what is just interesting, just to finish this point off, because kind of when I had this talk, you could almost hear people in the audience go, because a lot of people do it, and there's nothing wrong with it. You can do whatever you want. Who cares? It's makeup. Just wash it off. It's just a point of view. But think about it this way. Think of a makeup artist that think of a famous makeup artist or celebrity makeup artist, ones that you might admire. So let's say Frances Nars, Laura Mercier, Charlotte Tilbury, Mary Greenwald. Never have you seen those eyebrows being done by them, ever. And there is a reason for that. You would never see it happen. And part of the other thing that I think is interesting is eyebrows are a frame. So imagine buying the most gorgeous frame you've ever seen. I'm gonna lie to you, start again, stupid boy. Imagine buying the most beautiful picture you've ever seen. This is a gorgeous picture, you know, one of sheer beauty. Maybe it's me, who knows? And then you put it in the darkest, thickest, ugliest frame you've ever seen. That is what happens when you go mental on the eyes. I was at the fair yesterday. Well, it's not the fair, it's the Winter Wonderland here in Cardiff, which is very, very nice place. You know, not much there, to be honest with you. Fuck all, really, but there you go. And there was a couple of girls, you know, with their boyfriends, young love. And she had, honestly, I'm sure she's lovely. I'm sure she's got a heart of gold and she feeds the poor and is about to come up with a cure for baldness. But her whole face was so distorted by these eyebrows. And maybe they make her feel wonderful. If they do, you know, it is makeup. Fuck it, who cares? Go for it. But from my point of view, from somebody who looks at a face and wants to try and make it the most beautiful it can look, they are frightening to me. So don't hate, just comment. Let me know what you think, because it's a fascinating subject. I will never get bored of talking about eyebrows because they are the most frightening things on earth. I get mine done and they are just threaded into what is called straight. So I don't want there to be an arch, although I could basically cheat one in the way my eyebrow kind of is, grows. So I kind of like to brush it down to create more of a straight brow, but technically it kind of wants to go up into more of an arch, but I really don't like that. I like a straight brow on women a lot, and really like them on men. Not a big fan of on men, but each their own. What do I know? Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are in comments, because you know I like to hear them. And I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.